Hello everybody, we are here at the St. Anna Children's Cancer Research Institute, and today I would like to take you on an exciting journey on some of our newest findings. We are excited to study rare diseases, especially of the immune system and hematopoiesis, and we recently had a big success to report together with our partners at the Medical University of Vienna and the SAM Research Center for Molecular Medicine of the Austrian Academy of Sciences. Well, the study of immunology and hematopoiesis is exciting because it allows us to understand the basic fundamental mechanisms how our blood system and the immune system is formed, and we in our lab study diseases where these processes are disrupted, and thereby we define the key proteins that normally make for a healthy immune system and a healthy system of hematopoiesis, the formation of blood cells. Consequences of a malfunctioning immune system can be multiple. Patients can have infections, patients can have overt and exaggerated inflammatory reactions, and they also can have a higher risk of developing cancer, something that particularly we are interested to understand more mechanistically. So in our study we discovered for the first time patients that have an inherited defect affecting a protein that is known as DOCK11. Before, it wasn't known what the precise function of DOCK11 in the human body is. And through the study of this new rare disease, we could decipher that DOCK11 has a key function for functioning of the immune system, preventing exaggerated inflammation, and also controlling hematopoiesis and the formation of red blood cells, also known as erythrocytes. So we actually had patients referred from different centers in the world with unclear diseases, and here we found these mutations in DOCK11. We used a technique called whole exome sequencing, whereby one can sequence all of the coding regions of the genome, so more than 20,000 genes, and recurrently we found these mutations in the DOCK11 gene. DOCK11 is a component of the so-called cytoskeleton, the actin cytoskeleton, and we found that especially the T cells had abnormalities in their shape, and we could show that this was caused by the DOCK11 defects, because when we modified T cells to engineer the same mutation that we found in the patients, they had the same shape abnormality. To me, one of the most fascinating aspects of this study was that we found that DOCK11 plays a role also in the formation of red blood cells or erythrocytes. This had never been described before. In the literature, it had not even been assumed. And we went all the way to understand the mechanism. As one can imagine, the cytoskeleton is also important for the formation of red blood cells. And we could actually model this disease aspect in a zebrafish model and also in hematopoietic stem cells. So this disease, this new disease, does not only affect the immune system, it also affects the red blood cell formation. It has two major arms of the disease. So this disease also leads to anemia, a lack or paucity of red blood cells in the body. So what we found in our study is that this is a truly severe disease. As a matter of fact, several of the patients with the DOCK11 mutation have died of their severe disease. So we know that one needs to develop curative treatment approaches for this disease. One obvious approach would be to use so-called hematopoietic stem cell transplantation or bone marrow transplantation. But alternatively, one may also develop gene therapeutic approaches, for instance by correcting the mutations in the hematopoietic stem cells or by introducing a corrected copy of DOCK11 into the cells. So we are super happy of this highlight of research that we've achieved here. But of course we know that there's much more to do to understand these diseases and to cure these patients ultimately. And this type of work is only really possible with a lot of collaborations, both nationally, in Europe, but also internationally. It is where the community of researchers, physicians and physician scientists stand together to understand these diseases and ultimately find better cures for these diseases.